When it comes to consoles, there's PlayStation and then there's Xbox. For decades, these two brands have dominated the market, releasing some of the most iconic consoles of all time. But which one is best? Well, that's up for debate. But what's not up for debate is how far they've come. So here's the evolution of console gaming: PlayStation vs. Xbox. It all started way back in 1972 with the release of the Magnavox Odyssey, the very first home console. It wasn't until 1975, though, that the industry really took off with the release of the Atari 2600. This console is widely credited with popularizing the video game crash of 1983, which led to the decline of many early video game companies. But it also paved the way for new companies to enter the market, including Sega, who would go on to release the Sega Genesis in 1989, a console that would rival the Super Nintendo for the next 5 years. During this time, both Sony and Microsoft were looking for ways to get into the gaming market. Sony had actually been trying since 1988 to get into the market, but their first console, the Sony PlayStation, wasn't released until 1994. This console would go on to become the best-selling console of all time, selling over 100 million units. Microsoft, on the other hand, wouldn't release their first console, the Xbox, until 2001. And while it didn't have the same success as the PlayStation, it did lay the groundwork for the Xbox to become the second best-selling console of all time. The next generation of consoles saw the release of the PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, and Nintendo Wii. The PS2 was another huge success for Sony, selling over 150 million units. Meanwhile, the Xbox 360 gave Microsoft their first console to truly rival the PlayStation, selling over 80 million units. The Wii, on the other hand, was a massive success for Nintendo, selling over 101 million units and capturing the hearts of gamers everywhere with its unique motion controls. The next generation of consoles saw the release of the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. The PS4 was yet another huge success for Sony, selling over 117 million units. The Xbox One, on the other hand, didn't do as well, selling just under 50 million units. The Switch, however, has been a massive success for Nintendo, selling over 122 million units and proving that there's still a place for innovative gaming experiences. Today, both PlayStation and Xbox are owned by larger companies, Sony and Microsoft respectively. They've both released new consoles, the PS5 and Xbox Series X, and they're both more successful than ever. But that wasn't always the case. In fact, there was a time when neither of them was successful. The PS5 and Xbox Series X are the latest and greatest consoles from these two companies. And while they may be the most powerful consoles ever, they're also the most expensive. So, which one is better? Well, that's up to you to decide. But one thing's for sure, we're in for a treat. Thanks for watching till the end.